Hey guys, so I just finished Bacchae, and something that is worth talking about is how all the plays that revolve around Greek mythology show their gods to have the same characteristics like human beings. They're always interfering in the daily lives of people and mortals. It's also so strange at the same time because no one expects God, because one always expects gods to be polite, forgiving, and calm. And in this play, God Dionysus is none of them. I also like how the choir was giving an insight to what is to happen next in the scene before the scene starts. Something that I found strange was how the whole play revolved around power play. Agave didn't believe her sister when she told that she was married to Zeus because then Semele would be more superior to her. Pentheus didn't want people to worship Dionysus because it was his rule, and even though he wasn't a god, he was a king. He believed that men have more power than women, and Dionysus single handedly destroyed his whole family to show that he is stronger and powerful and he is the god. Quite obviously, I cannot move ahead without pointing out how amazingly the irony plays into this whole play. Where else could you see a mother killing her own son and not even knowing that she's done it? The first value I would want to talk about will be the faithful worshipping of Dionysus by the Maenads. Their faith towards him and the trance they were in while worshipping him was so high and intense that one of the Maenads, Agave, killed her own son, King Pentheus, and didn't even realize that she did it. The second value I noticed in the play was fear, specifically between Dionysus, Cadmus to Dionysus. I've often caught my mom telling me that you should be God fearing because he is very powerful. It made me realize that some people worship their God not because they have faith but because they're scared or afraid to see the consequences of an angered God. When I was going through the play, I noticed that there have been interactions with the mother Rhea. I didn't really understand the terminology at first, but when I googled the meaning of Rhea, I realized that Rhea in fact is a Greek god's name and she was considered to be the god of earth. When I went back and looked at the lines again, I understood finally what they were trying to convey, so that was okay. The Maenads are depicted in various ways in the play. In the play, they are depicted as faithful followers of Dionysus who would do anything and everything he asked them to do. Pentheus sees them as dirty women who are being used by Dionysus just for sex. When he heard that the men were being defeated by these Maenads, he got mad and he wanted to control them, which also tells us that in that era, women weren't really treated well or respected, and they weren't allowed to do things that men could. According to me, the only thing that god of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, and Greek god of intoxication have in common is the amount of attention they got from females and girls. I didn't understand why Pentheus was talking so much about his outfit. It almost felt like there was a deeper meaning or symbolic meaning to it, but I'm not sure what. So if someone does, I would love to know about it. Secondly, why didn't Agave believe her own beloved sister Semele when she told her that her son is Dionysus, who was the son of Zeus? I would love to know people's perspectives on